Ask Tom on Home Show.
Holly from West Houston has a question about termite eradication.
Well, that's because she found this drywood termite frass. I've never heard that term before.
I never heard it either.
Yeah,
it's poop. I always called it poop.
Termite
Poop.
termite output. All right, anyway.
Whatever. Frass is good. Okay.
Holly writes, it was coming from a small hole in the wall under an upper kitchen cabinet. And most exterminators aren't doing a thorough inspection and saying, tent the house. That's how to get rid of them. We'd prefer not to because of the toxins around our toddler and the hassle. If we can get into the walls behind the cabinet, would it be worth it, Tom, to do a spot treatment?
You can't treat for it as far as chemicals. You'd have to get right onto the termites. So you have two options. The tenting, which is real popular. It's the best way to go because it will definitely kill anything. If there's other areas in the house you don't know about that other colonies could be in, that they've swarmed and done some damage in other places, then tenting's the only way to do it. I lived in Miami, Florida for 15 plus years, University of Miami graduate. It was very common to see tents up all the time because those termites just go crazy out there. Now the good news is, and I had the same thing happen to me in Galveston, and I did tent. I think as long as you don't go in there during the tenting process like a lot of criminals do, and they find dead bodies all the time inside these tents, and you let it air out, you should be fine. I don't think you'll have a problem. But if you're really concerned, the other option is this. Those colonies are very small. So when they get into an area, they're usually in that area. So if you can locate the wood that they're in and remove it, that's the other option. The problem is are you sure you get it all? And what kind of wood are you removing? If you have to dismantle cabinets, well, that means you're going to have to buy a new kitchen out of the deal and stuff because you're not going to put the cabinets back together. And you got to remove countertops. So it can be pretty harrowing trying to get rid of the wood unless it's just in a 2x4 or something. So that's your other option. If you can locate it, isolate it, and remove that wood. But as far as spraying is not going to work.
Tom, there are all kinds of different termites, I guess. She says hers is a dry wood termite. Is that the same kind that that you see coming up through the ground, so the subterranean?
No.
And so so even if you had like that centricon or something around your house, that's not going to save you from that kind of termite then?
Yeah, and the tenting doesn't really work for subterranean because they come from under the ground. Now it'll kill what's in the house, but the colony still lives and they'll come back after the tent's off. That's why it's not used that much. You have to go into the ground and treat the ground in areas around the house. Now the Mediterranean termites, which are the dry woods, they fly from location to location and live in wood, usually wood that's wet from say roof leaks or pipes, or just has to be kind of damp. It doesn't have to be super wet. And they love that area. It's perfect for them. So they're totally different. Now Mediterranean termites are not regional, are not a local species in the Texas area. They were brought in through just distribution of goods and things, and so they found their way here. But in South Florida, they're very prevalent, and those are the ones you worry about. You don't really get them in the ground, you get them in the air because the ground, it's totally a different animal out there. So it's Mediterranean and subterranean. The sub means the ones that are in the ground.
All right. Do you have a question for Tom? We'll help you out. Go to HomeShowRadio.com, click on that blue Ask Tom button right there, and choose a video or written question. Send it to us with pictures, just like we got there, and it'll help us do a better job. We post a new one of these every day on our Facebook page every day, and on our YouTube channel. We've been doing it for years. You'll find hundreds and thousands of them over there. Feels like that. I should count to figure out exactly how many up there. I think it's like 1,100 or 1,200 last time I was up there. Wow. Anyway, they're all there at our Home Show Radio YouTube channel, or of course you can visit and get a new one every day at HomeShowRadio.com.